Hey there, Social Security family. If you've been anxiously waiting for your November 2025 benefits, you're about to get the inside scoop on some major changes that could affect when you receive your payment. But before we dive deep into these crucial updates, take a moment to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss out on the latest Social Security news and updates that matter to you and your family. Now, let me ask you something. Have you noticed how the Social Security Administration has been quietly rolling out changes to their payment system throughout 2025? Well, the November schedule is bringing even more significant modifications, and I'm here to break it all down for you. Whether you're a retiree, disability benefits recipient, or SSI beneficiary, these changes will directly impact your payment dates, and you need to be prepared. You might be wondering why these changes are happening now. Well, it all started when the Social Security Administration announced their modernization initiative back in early 2025. Their goal? To streamline the payment process and reduce the strain on their systems by redistributing payment dates. But here's the thing, this isn't just a minor adjustment. We're looking at the most substantial schedule overhaul in the past decade. Let's talk about what's different for November 2025. First and foremost, if you've been receiving your benefits on the second Wednesday of each month, pay close attention because this is where the biggest change is happening. The SSA has now implemented a new birth date bracket system that's causing quite a stir in the Social Security community. Under this new system, your payment date will be determined by the last two digits of your Social Security number, not just the single digit we've been used to for years. But wait, there's more to this story. Remember how Supplemental Security Income, SSI, payments used to always arrive on the first of the month? Well, that's changing too. Starting November 2025, SSI payments will be distributed over 3 days, the 1 stone, 2 ND, and 3 road of the month. This change is designed to prevent system overload and ensure smoother processing of payments. However, I know what you're thinking, what if the 1 street falls on a weekend or holiday? Don't worry, I've got that covered too. Speaking of holidays, November 2025 brings its own set of challenges with Veterans Day and Thanksgiving. The Social Security Administration has had to make special arrangements to accommodate these federal holidays. This is particularly important because, unlike previous years, they're not simply moving payments to the closest business day. Instead, they've developed a new holiday adjustment schedule that could affect when you receive your benefits. Now, let's address something that's been causing confusion among many beneficiaries: the new payment groups. The SSA has created what they're calling payment cycles, and your cycle assignment will determine your new payment date. But here's the crucial part: these cycles aren't just random assignments. They're based on a combination of factors, including your benefit type, the last digits of your Social Security number, and whether you started receiving benefits before or after January 2025. You might be asking yourself, how do I find out which payment cycle I'm in? Well, I've got good news. The Social Security Administration has set up multiple ways to check your new payment date. You can log into your My Social Security account online, use their new mobile app, yes, they finally launched it in mid-2025, or call their automated system. But remember, due to high call volumes, online methods are your best bet for getting this information quickly. Let's talk about direct deposit for a moment. If you're one of the millions of beneficiaries who receive their payments electronically, you need to be aware that processing times might be slightly different under this new schedule. Some banks are adjusting their processing windows to accommodate the SSA's new payment cycles. This means you might see your deposit hit your account at a different time than you're used to, even if your designated payment date remains the same. Here's something interesting that not many people are talking about: the SSA is also implementing a new early deposit program for certain beneficiaries. If you're wondering whether you qualify, it depends on several factors, including your benefit type and banking institution. Some banks have partnered with the SSA to provide early access to funds, sometimes up to 2 days before your scheduled payment date. But what about paper checks? Yes, some beneficiaries still receive their payments by mail, and there are important changes for you too. The SSA is introducing new mailing schedules to better coordinate with the United States Postal Service. This means your check might be mailed on a different day than before to ensure it arrives closer to your designated payment date. However, as always, the SSA strongly encourages switching to direct deposit for the most reliable and secure payment method. Now, Let's address a concern that many of you have raised in the comments of my previous videos. What happens if there's a problem with your payment under this new system? The SSA has established a dedicated troubleshooting process for the transition period. They've expanded their customer service hours and trained additional staff to handle questions about the new schedule. Plus, they've created a special online portal specifically for payment-related issues that might arise during this transition. Something else you need to know about the SSA is implementing a new notification system. Starting in November 2025, you can opt in to receive text messages or email alerts about your upcoming payments. This is particularly helpful during the transition period as everyone adjusts to the new schedule. These notifications will remind you of your payment date and alert you if there are any processing delays or issues you need to be aware of. Let's talk about representative payees for a moment. If you manage benefits for someone else, there are additional steps you need to take to ensure a smooth transition to the new payment schedule. The SSA has created specific guidelines for representative payees, including new reporting requirements and timeline adjustments. Make sure you're familiar with these changes to avoid any disruptions in payments for the person you're helping. Here's a detail that's flying under the radar. The new schedule also affects how benefit amounts are calculated when there are payment adjustments or corrections. The SSA has modified their processing windows for these changes, which means if you're due for an adjustment, it might be handled differently than in the past. This is particularly important for those who have recently reported income changes or life events that affect their benefit amount. What about international beneficiaries? If you're receiving Social Security benefits while living abroad, you'll want to pay special attention to these changes. The SSA has coordinated with international banking partners to ensure smooth transitions, but payment dates for international beneficiaries might vary slightly from domestic schedules. This is particularly true for certain countries where banking regulations require additional processing time. Now, here's something crucial that everyone needs to understand: these November 2025 changes are just the beginning. The SSA has already announced that they'll be implementing additional schedule modifications throughout 2026. While the details of these future changes haven't been fully revealed, staying informed and connected is more important than ever. That's why I strongly encourage you to bookmark our channel and join our community. One question that keeps coming up is about Medicare premiums and how they're affected by these payment changes. If your Medicare premiums are deducted from your Social Security benefits, you might see some adjustments in how these deductions are processed. The good news is that the SSA has coordinated with Medicare to ensure these changes won't cause any gaps in coverage or unexpected premium issues. Let's address something that's causing anxiety for many beneficiaries. What if you have automatic bill payments set up based on your old payment date? This is a legitimate concern, and it's crucial to review and adjust any automatic payments or scheduled transfers from your account. I recommend giving yourself a buffer period of a few days to account for any variations in payment processing times during the transition. Here's an interesting development: some financial institutions are offering special bridge loans or temporary overdraft protection to help beneficiaries adjust to the new payment schedule. While this isn't something the SSA is directly involved with, it's worth checking with your bank to see if they're offering any transition assistance programs. For those of you who receive multiple types of benefits, there's an additional layer of complexity to consider. The SSA has created new coordination protocols to ensure that if you receive both Social Security and SSI benefits, for example, the payment schedules will be optimized to help with your financial planning. This might mean your different benefits arrive closer together or further apart than they did before. Looking ahead, it's important to note that these changes are part of a larger modernization effort by the Social Security Administration. They're investing in new technology and systems to make the entire benefits process more efficient and user-friendly. While these transitions can be challenging, the long-term goal is to provide better, more reliable service to all beneficiaries. Remember, staying informed is your best defense against any payment disruptions during this transition period. Keep an eye on your My Social Security account, watch for official communications from the SSA, and of course, stay tuned to our channel for the latest updates and explanations